I'm Lucky Day.
I'm Ned Niederlander.
I'm Dusty Bottoms. And together we're
the Three Amigos.
Welcome all in, amigos. How you doing, EVC?
I am doing great. I always get a great kick out of watching the Three Amigos. It's just always entertaining to see that clip. And I posted, if people are on the Discord, I posted the picture of the three of us in those garbs. I did a horrible Photoshop job of you and Spore, but it always gives me a little laugh every single time on the sombrero. So
yeah, I saw that the picture you did, great picture, and it was a fun movie back in the 80s. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, but I thought it was a nice little theme for our pre-TWIPT show here. How is the weather in New York City?
What weather? I'm not worried about weather. It's 28 degrees. I mean, the wind chill is 14, but it's 28 degrees. It's it's not that bad. How about you? How far in the negative are you guys?
And moving on, we've got a great show here. Actually, we are right now. Let me just double check. We are minus 25 degrees Celsius plus a wind chill. So,
yeah. When you got the wind blowing in, it's not good. Again, everyone out there, keep warm. Hope you got extra blankets on. Hope you're somehow keeping warm and safe in there. Be careful out there.
Well, we have
had to turn off his ceiling fan in Cape Coral, Florida. So
you're above ground, like you don't have shoveling, right?
I am very happy to not have shoveling. One of the key things I thought about after grad school, trying to find a place to go, is I want to go to a place where I don't have to shovel snow. And luckily, we didn't have snow for 701 days, so it was pretty light. We don't have that much snow.
Yeah, well, I know the Buffalo's getting battered, and Pennsylvania is going to get a lot more snow. And Charles isn't with us today because he's still in the U.S. He hasn't made his way back. I thought he went back to Europe now, but I guess he's still in the United States. But he's having a week, I'll just say that, and a lot of shoveling, and there's more snow on the way. And
I don't know if you saw yesterday. I raided a Dr. Dynastic, and he was still out shoveling snow when I raided it. We got his chair, and then he came back in, and he had the hat on. He had snow still on his jacket coming in. It was great, but he was great yesterday. If you missed it, he also had Grandma Dynastic on, and she was a kick.
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
Good times in the streams yesterday.
Well, I know you've been to Vancouver recently, and Vancouver, if you've seen the news or if you Google Vancouver over the last couple of days, you'd think it was like Winnipeg, Manitoba, or Detroit or Buffalo, because they just got pounded with snow, and it's just a mess in the interior and coast of British Columbia right now. So that's probably what Dr. Dynastic got, a little bit of that system that moved through there as well. Crazy. But hey, we've got the finale, the grand finale of a set I know a lot of people enjoyed. Cool artwork. We've got the Elite set. Give us, we've had the Elite for about a month and a half now. We've had a lot of sets over the last few years. What's the EVC judgment on the Elite?
Listen, I've always loved being able to play with today's players. Like, you want to have your favorite players in the game today be cards that can go up against the greats of all time and see how they do. And so it's been fun to have these cards in, and I've been surprised by some. I enjoy now in Perfect Drafts getting a lot of those coming through and funneling through. So it's fun to kind of play with players. And there's players that I had no idea about, and I've learned more, like Willie Castro all over the place and doing things, and just different things that I had maybe not paid as much attention to, although PT Live definitely kept me even more glued in to what's going on in real baseball. But some of those great storylines of players getting cards has been kind of fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm a fan of the artwork with Perfect Team.
And all those Blue Jays cards you've gotten so far. It's amazing. There's so many Blue Jays PT Elites. Just one, but I'm not counting.
I won't remove you off the stream this time because, You know what? You're right. There is only one Blue Jay elite right now, but you know what? A couple weeks ago, I called the shot. I had the lock, and I thought a Blue Jay would be presented. I said next time there's a Blue Jay, it's a lock. Kevin Gaussman will be the guy, and we'll find out soon on the Guess the Set. And one day we'll get you in a sombrero on stream for the Three Amigos. Come on, EVC.
I'm sure, the great thing is for you today, there will be a Blue Jay because there has to be at least 2 PT elites for every team. Yankees fans will rejoice, and so will Giants fans. You'll all get at least 1 card today because you have to have at least 2.
What is it, like 7 Detroit Tigers and 1 Blue Jay so far?
And of course, I've got someone here. So, this is just always happens. Hold on a second.
All right.
Watch my chair.
You go take care of that. We'll talk to the invisible EVC. So, EVC, what are you expecting out of your Guess the Set contest today? Well, there were a lot of entries, and I think it's going to be a close race. There's a lot of good guesses out there, including a few Blue Jays, a few Yankees. A lot of people went Mike Trout, so we're probably going to see some. Yeah, but do you think Mike Trout really deserves an elite card this year, EVC? I mean, injuries and not really his best. Well, he is Mike Trout, and you can't have Ohtani without Trout. Well, okay. Yeah, we'll get back to EVC when he returns very soon. Thought I'd go through some of the unusual elite situations from some of our favorite players, some of our favorite pitchers out there. You might remember these from the regular season back in 2023, so long ago. And good to see you guys in chat. We got Commander Solo. Minerva is here. Yeah, got the sombrero for myself and for EVC. Both are 10 out of 10. Checking out the weather in Chicago. We got Dukeston's here. Dogberry. Brian. Who else is here? Cub fan Steve. Good to see you. Don't cut the D-Block Dragon. And a few others. Yeah, some unusual pitching situations. So speaking of the Blue Jays, back on April 1st, if you're a Blue Jay fan, you might remember watching, one of the first games of the season. Jack Flaherty from the St. Louis Cardinals, 5 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, and 7 walks. So he's got a no-hitter going. Perfect game's blown, but he's got a no-hitter, 7 walks. And EVC, we're just going over some unusual pitching wins this season. And right to start off the season, that Jack Flaherty no-hitter after 5, but 7 walks. And so tied for the most by a pitcher who got a win this season. Dylan Cease did that as well. Charlie Morton did that. But before 2023, no pitcher had won a game where he walked 7 batters.
Really?
Since Adam Wainwright back in 2019. So
interesting.
Quite the opening week for Jack Flaherty. Another one that I thought was interesting, kind of the opposite end. Oakland, got to give some love to Oakland and Kansas City. But Waldichuk, back in May, allowed 13 base runners, tied for the most by a winning pitcher this season. And he was the first to do it. The 13 consisted of 6 hits, 6 walks, reached on an error, but he only allowed runs in 2 innings, and he would get the win. So a win, even though he gave up 13 base runners. So that was kind of unusual. Let's go to a couple other ones before we get to Guess the Set here. Walker's 10 hits were tied for the most by a winning pitcher in 2023 with 6 others. He was the first to do it, allowing at least 1 hit in each inning he pitched except for the 3rd. And he still gets the win, allowing 10 hits. So,
string out those hits. What could go wrong?
Yeah. What else do we got? There were a couple other fun ones here. Oh, against the Mets. We've got to mention the San Diego Padres against the Mets. So Joe Musgrove, 3 hits, no runs, no walks. What has it got going up here? He did hit 4 batters. So 16th instance and 3rd in the last 20 seasons that you get a win after hitting 4 batters. So a little bit of a wild man but gets the win. Didn't walk anyone, but hit 4 batters. Pretty crazy. I bet you Dodgers don't do that, do they?
I have no idea. I'm enjoying how much chat was enjoying my chair while I was gone.
Oh yeah. We had a nice conversation with it. Yeah. You gave the chat actually gave some very, very intellectual opinions about today's set. So
did they? I've missed all that.
Yeah. It's a good fill-in. Well, anyway, let's get on to the real flavor of yesterday, which was guess the set. How many entries did you have? I guess you can cut it off soon.
I will cut it off now. We have 64 responses, which may be a record.
64.
I'm looking forward to tallying everything. Should be entertaining. So lots of different guesses. And again, we went with a special point value this week, where it's basically if you guess none, like 9% of the people did here for the Arizona Diamondbacks, you only get 1 point. If you guess the player that's on the multiple choice, you get 3 points, and you get an extra point if you guess someone who is not on the list. If you do a write-in candidate, and we've had a lot of write-in candidates the last couple of weeks, and I think we're going to get some more surprises today. I don't know what it's going to be. You know, you kind of think that this is the end, so it's going to be all toppers, but it's packables as well, right? So we're going to have packable cards plus toppers. We have no idea what the actual mission structure is going to look like today. I don't think these are going to auto-complete for a lot of people, but it's going to be kind of interesting to kind of find out what it is. So with that in mind, kind of people have to think about in multiple choice where they want to do their points, or they kind of go off the grid here to get an extra point here and there. So the Diamondbacks, we already have Corbin Carroll, Christian Walker, and 62% of the participants thought Zach Gallen would get a card. 9% say no card this week, and 17% said Ketel Marte. Lots of additional votes there. Gabriel Marino got a couple different votes in there. Brendan Pfaadt, Perdomo, Kevin Ginkel. So some people, again, I am pretty bad at guessing some of the different relievers. And so people are going in and like putting some relievers in here, I think is actually a pretty interesting call to get that extra point in the scoring this week. And moving on to the Braves, I think this is kind of, we all know this is the last set. So this has to be the time when we get the really amped up Ronald Acuna Jr. card. I do like some votes there for Sean Murphy in that list. You need more NL West packables, says Lee. Well, you never know what we're going to get today. You just don't know what we're going to get. So there are going to be more packables as well as new missions coming today. And it will be laddered. We saw what they did with like Baseball Reference 4 and all the laddering for stuff. Could we have something like that today? I just don't know. The Baltimore Orioles, over half the people think we're done, but there's some for Felix Bautista, and there's some write-in candidates. Santander, Yainer Cano, Grayson Rodriguez, Ryan Mountcastle, and Yainer Cano, again, just spelled differently. So Cano, there's interesting lot of write-ins there. We might see some interesting stuff here for the Baltimore Orioles. For the Boston Red Sox, it was surprising we actually could find 2. But we already got Brian Bello, and we've got Tristan Casas, and I just don't know what else we can get. So 32% said none, but 38% said a Rafael Devers. Are we getting a Rainbow Devers? I don't know. But I don't know. The Red Sox were not great this year, so I can't, don't know what to say. But Chris Martin had an insane year, says some, and got a couple of votes here. We've got 4 people voting for Christian Martin, 6%. So we'll see what we get on today's sets. The Chicago Cubs, where it's nice and cold. This was, Cody Bellinger was kind of what everyone guessed. Dansby, Swanson, and Ian Happ with a couple no more cards. So a lot of people think Belly's going to come through. Belly still hasn't signed anywhere. Do you hearing anything about your Blue Jays on Bellinger?
Not much. No, it's pretty quiet on the Blue Jay front. There's always rumors and speculation, but after the Ohtani being on a plane, I'm not taking anything, seriously until the ink is dry on the contract. I don't want to hear anything.
Fair enough. Burned once, you're not going to get burned again. So I get it. I think the sneaky pick would be an Ian Happ here, I think, but we'll see what happens. The Chicago White Sox. Everyone's done. 63% say no more White Sox. A little bit of love for Dylan Cease, and after that, a couple write-ins for Andrew Vaughn and Eloy Jimenez. So you never know. 6 earned runs and 51 innings pitched for Chris Martin. There you go. Maybe he gets the surprise PTE light card today. The Cincinnati Reds have, again, 42% think Elly De La Cruz is going to get himself a perfect card. You know, he was so great in that first month, but he kind of came back to earth after pitchers made adjustments and worked with him. So I don't know. The Alexis Diaz with 10%, Hunter Green with 9%, Brandon Williamson on there with a vote, I think. Will Benson getting some votes, but 28% said none. So it's going to be kind of interesting. 1 month does not a season make. It is true. The Cleveland Guardians. The big one here is Emmanuel Clase, 35%, as is Jose Ramirez. One of those two. Will one of those two get a card today? We'll see. 18% say no, neither of them will get a card. We got the Immortal Seasons, Manny Ramirez in there. But the Clase, again, always great as a reliever the last couple of years. So we'll be rolling the dice. Which between those two, who do you think we get?
I think we get Clase.
You can get Clase. We got our Jose Ramirez fix.
Yeah. But I mean, Ramirez is probably the safer bet, but we have had some Class A's already. Yeah, I'm going to go Class A, but it's not a lock. It's not a lock.
No locking. No laptop lock. And that means that we will have a Jose Ramirez. Colorado Rockies. There are none, is what everyone's guessing. There really is not a lot here. We got a couple votes for Chris Bryant, Elias Diaz, who had the All-Star Game MVP card, the Brent Suter, a couple Jake Birds here, Ryan McMahon's, but it's the Rockies. It's hard. You've got your two, Nolan Jones and Brent Doyle, and those are kind of the breakouts for them this year. The Tigers, I am so surprised. 56% say no more Tigers cards. How is that? That just makes no sense to me. Are you guys paying attention this year? It feels like we should get another one. But 56% said that. 21%, almost 22% for Eduardo Rodriguez, 14% for Kerry Carpenter. I like that one. Jake Rogers had a good year. And I love the concept. We talked about this before during our stream. Why not a PTE Light Iron Miggy Cabrera? Could be the meta for Iron, and get an Iron Miggy Cabrera would be just a lot of fun.
Hey, wait. You know, right now, Spore is just designing that right now, going, hey, good idea, EVC. So if he's a little late to the show, we know that a Miggy's coming today.
He's got 40 minutes until the show, so he's hosting today. So he could probably pull off a Miggy Cabrera Iron card if he was working on it real quick. I mean, come on, how hard are you going to be? I love it.
Well,
no more Tigers.
Dishnet's on vacation today. Spore has the run of the house. You just may see 3 or 4 Tigers because there's no Dish to kind of say, Spore, enough's enough. But then Dish is a Tiger fan too, so he might go, you know what? I'm away this week.
I think chat wants an Iron PT Elite Miggy Cabrera. Make it happen.
That would be fun.
Make it happen.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Houston Astros, we got a Framber Valdez, a Jose Abro, and a Chaz McCormick, and the Kyle Tucker. So Spore said on our stream not to overthink it, because we had the PTCS Kyle Tucker that was unceremoniously removed for a CJ Abrams. But I think Kyle Tucker is not a bad ask. But I think, I like to be like, Kyle Tucker will not show up. It was just a tease. So it'll be fun to kind of see what we end up getting today. He said not to overthink it, which means I'm overthinking it, because that's just where I go.
So who would you? I went for Jordan Alvarez for this one here. Who would you have picked?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't. None of these.
Because when he says overthink it, I
overthought it and I couldn't think of anybody. I was thinking of their catcher, their young catcher who got behind Maldonado most of the year. Who's the guy? Was it Yainer Cano? I get confused.
I'm not a Houston fan, so I have no clue. Who it
Me
is.
neither. So all right, let's go with none.
Yeah. Here we go, Houston.
Oh, that's that's not the sound of a trash can. You got to do it louder than that. So, sorry.
All right.
I'm
On
sorry.
to D blocks, Kansas City Royals. We got Nasties. We got I Rock This. Well, there are some Royal fans out there, EVC. Give them some love.
So again, we've been hearing about there probably is a Bobby Witt Jr. coming our way, which is kind of exciting. And he's going to be banging, says Minerva. So I think the interesting one here is two people actually voted for Brady Singer. I don't even see it on here. There's a Miguel Garcia, but I don't see him in the grid. But I know that's one of Barry Basher's kind of favorite on it. So it feels like everyone's expecting a Bobby Witt Jr. was kind of the no-brainer here, and that card could be banging for this set. I made a little mistake, as I tend to do on these. I left Shohei on the list, and we did get 5 people voting for Shohei, showing up in a Dodger uniform. That would be awesome way to finish off the series. Mike Trout, though, 54% and 25% that we are done with the Angels with just our Brandon Drury and our Shohei. So, again, who knows what we're going to get? Double Otanis. You can't have too much. Double unicorn fun, man. That's what it's got to be.
Well, we did see the Juan Soto on two different teams. So hey, we might.
That's true. That was a lot of fun seeing the Yankee version.
Wow,
Dodgers,
look at this pie. Ooh.
Yeah, this pie is nuts. People, again, 50% said no. We're done. We've got our 3 Dodgers and Evan Phillips, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman. You got your 3 perfects. But some other people say Will Smith, 26%, 18% for Clayton Kershaw, 12% for James Outman. That's my personal pick. Muncy, Miller, a couple off the charts, which I think are interesting. There is an Ohtani on here, and there is a Brewstar Gratterall, which is actually not a bad call. Since I always undercount relievers, that might be an interesting one. So at least we have one person who guessed that. A couple JD Martinez's in there, some Jason Howards, and Bobby Miller. So a lot to choose from, and we'll see if we actually get a Dodger today.
I like that Gratterall pick. If he was on there, I think I was the write-in for Ohtani, but I like that Gratterall pick. He was on the show with Rich Grisham earlier during the playoffs. So that might be a good sneaky pick, whoever chose that.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. For the Miami Marlins, a big no. We've already got the Luis Arias, Tanner Scott, and Jesus Luzardo. And so the question is, what are we going to get? My spelling of Sandy Alcantara is wrong because it's Alcantara. There you go. Thank you, chat, because there's no question I need Mr. Audit looking at my stuff because I'm definitely doing it all wrong.
Between your spelling and my pronunciation, we make quite the Amigo team. Yeah.
You can't understand a thing that we're saying. It is, but it helps with the bunk. It helps with the overall bunk level that we do. The Milwaukee Brewers, we have Devin Williams and William Contreras. It's always interesting here. We know that's one of Spore's favorite all-time players. One of his favorite players is Christian Yelich. And so maybe we'll get a Christian Yelich, but we have the Corbin Burns, 43% of the people saying Corbin Burns is coming in. And so it's going to be interesting to see what we get. Some Willie Adams, some Freddie Peralta, and some Brandon Woodruff getting votes on this one. How am I doing on time? Do I need to speed up a bit?
We got about maybe do 2 more teams, and then we got to take a quick break, and then we can finish off after the break.
Okay, well, nothing for Minnesota. We've got 88% saying Francisco Lindor, 68% saying Lindor. We've got 72% on for Garrett Cole with some Aaron Judge love in there. Those 2 Yankees are likely to show up. If both of them come up, both guesses will get through. Nothing for Oakland. We're done, although Esteury Ruiz got 19% of the vote. We've got the Phillies. The Philadelphia Phillies, Wheeler is the big guess there. 39% say we get nothing for Pittsburgh, but there's some love there for Jack Swinsky. And I know Commando would love to see that. We've got the San Diego Padres coming with Fernando Tatis Jr., but a lot of nuns coming through as well. The Giants, who knows? There has to be a Giants card somewhere. Camilo Doval is getting the write-in love there. That could be a really great write-in The Patrick Bailey, I think, is another great storyline for the year. 53% say we're done with the Mariners. Maybe get some Kyle Raleigh in there. For the St. Louis Cardinals, it's going to be Paul Goldschmidt or Jordan Montgomery getting the votes there. A lot of different things on the cards. Tampa Bay, everyone says we're done except for Randy Rosarina. And for the Texas Rangers, I've got my Corey Seager Dodger shirt on today. 18% said that. 29% say the interviewee, Josh Young, coming through. The Toronto Blue Jays, your pick to click. Kevin Gossman's there with Matt Chapman just behind him there. So we'll see if your pick to click works today.
Whoa. Don't rush past the Blue Jays, EVC.
Oh, wait, what? Don't
you
pass.
spend 10 minutes on the Dodgers, and then it's like, just past the Blue Jays like that. All right. In fact, keep that on the screen because we're taking a quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes' time. All right, we are back, and welcome on, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. We get the PTE Light finale coming up in mere moments' time with Spore hosting for Dishnet, who's on vacation. We're going to find out who the final PT Elite cards are, some packables, some missions, I believe. And we left off looking at Guess the Set and our beloved Blue Jays, with Kevin Gausman taking the majority of the vote, and a lot of little slivers down there for a lot of other players. But for me, it's either Gausman or Vlad Guerrero Jr., one of the two, but Gausman is my lock.
And this was a trick question for all those people filling out the form who guessed none, because you have to have at least one more.
Call them out. No, just kidding. Who would guess none? We've only had one Blue Jay. That would be just a shame.
I love it. Same thing for the San Francisco Giants, right? Like, there has to be at least one more San Francisco Giant, and 23% guessed none.
Wow. Poor Ezra.
And I didn't get the Nationals this time, so.
Yes, got the Nationals.
Anyway.
And they're going for none.
Pretty much.
What was the biggest none vote? Was it the Nationals?
It's either Nationals. We've got 53% for the Mariners, and 66% for the A's. And I think Colorado's right up there. Minnesota, 61%, 63% for Miami, and 56% for the Tigers. I don't believe that. 54% for the Rockies. So, yeah, right there, 63% for the White Sox, 53% for the Orioles, So yeah, I think the Nationals might have the 67% there. So 2/3 of the people for the A's, and for the Nationals, 2/3.
Yeah.
Tied.
Okay. And what was the biggest overwhelming pick? I saw a few there. Like Gaussman was pretty high.
Gausman's it, 72%. I think, well, possibly Acuna. Let's go take a look at the Acuna, 85%.
Acuna, yeah. Okay.
So those are the ones. I think Bobby Witt was pretty good too for the 85.9%.
Wow. Now you didn't have any bunk choices on here, but on stream, did you give some bunk? Did you say this guy is absolutely not going to be in?
I think I don't think I was as bunky as usual. I try to talk about some other players that may be getting cards as well. Like I did talk up a little bit of the catcher for the Braves, Sean Murphy, in there. It's kind of a sneaky kind of pick, but it's one of those things again where I think Acuna is just such a no-brainer. So I try to talk about some other ones, and again, I appreciate like there's not going to be any more Red Sox, right? Like there's no one there to give any love to. For example. So we'll see.
The real reason Warbot isn't on because
he knew it was going to be Brian Bellon and Tristan Casas and nothing else.
Nothing else, yeah. All right. Well, as always, wonderful job with Guess the Set. Can't wait. And you're going to announce the winners. Well, you'll announce how many people got right during TWIPT today. And then Saturday is when the winners are announced?
Yes, on my Saturday stream on our big Rip-A-Pack-A-Palooza stream on Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So leaving out earlier than this one. Sorry, West Coast people.
Well, a couple weeks ago, we didn't release any cards last week, early bird releases. Or did we? Did we have one last week?
Nope.
No. So a couple weeks ago, we had the Eichhorn and we had the Baltimore Orioles, Mike Queller. We do have a couple cards for you that we're going to show off. We get to show off 2 of the new Elite cards. Very, very excited to do that. And of course, we're going to do that taking off the sombrero. And
yeah, see, now you're getting cocky thinking you're going to get some locks here.
Putting on the Blue Jays cap. Yes, folks, we have a couple Blue Jays that we get to show off on the stream today before we head over to Spore. And EVC, you got to watch the chat because we're going to give 5 packs to the first person that guesses. They got to put 2 names down. They got to guess the 2 Blue Jays. 2. That's right. That's right. All of you that said none. 2. 2 Blue Jays with the PT Elite that we get to show off on the pre-TWIP show. Who are they going to be? All right, let's take a look. We've got Gaussman and Vlad Jr. by GT Sundown, Bassett and Gaussman. And don't say we have a winner yet. I'm just going to keep it rolling because we're not going to say who's right. We're just going to let the guesses come in. And keep on going there, crew. Let's see who can get a lot of Gaussman. We're getting a few Chapman, getting Bassett, getting Romano, getting a
We got a winner.
Okay. Hey. No spoilers. Okay.
No spoilers.
we do have someone that amongst all those guesses, we won't announce who the winner is yet, but I caught it as well. All right. Well, let's start off with one that probably not a lot of people guessed, and I don't know if he was even on your form as a guess. But it's someone as a Blue Jay fan that it was a weakness for our team. We had a lot of strong starting pitchers, but until we got Jordan Hicks, it was kind of a mess in the bullpen. So when you think Blue Jays bullpen, EVC, who do you think of?
No one.
Oh, come on. The guy with the beard.
Jordan
How about this guy? Jordan Romano. So Blue Jay fans out there, yeah. Jordan Romano had a 2.90 ERA this year, appeared in 59 games, 36 saves, which he also tied his save mark from last year. And he was one of the guys that you knew when he came in the game, unlike when Dave Steve pitched, the bullpen might be able to lock it down. So Jordan Romano, Blue Jay. Did anyone guess Jordan Romano?
Nobody guessed Jordan Romano. So no one wins and guess the set on
All
Jordan
right.
Romano.
Well, you
But
know
there's
what?
another opportunity, you're saying, because there's another card.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. You ready? You ready to show off? I feel like we're Dishnet impersonators and very bad ones. All right. From the Toronto Blue Jays, we have 94 overall, Jordan Romano. Woo! Look at that blue. There's no orange on this card, folks, other than the stamina and his batting. But you don't have Jordan Romano for the batting. EVC.
I'm impressed
guy,
that there's actually batting on this card. Again, you can see he gets out righties just a little bit splitty, as Dish might say, on this one.
Just a little bit, yeah.
And but nice control, 111 control, which is really great. V right, 99. So if you can put him in as a specialist V right, not that many people do that, but it's a spot. If you're running a theme team of Toronto Blue Jays or Canadians, this could be a nice card in your stash, in your pen.
Yeah, slider, fastball, and again, specialist. I would run him. You know, he is a low diamond, which I think really helps those that play the low diamond tournaments. I don't know meta for low diamond, but I would assume that this is a guy you could probably use in there somewhere in your bullpen in a low diamond kind of situation.
So if I might put him to a 3 batters faced minimum, put him in if I can against righties only, and make sure he does that. Not that the AI will always listen to that, but as someone said, lefties eat him with that 79p BABIP. But still, good control, decent stuff. So he's not going to completely kill you. Yeah.
So Jordan Romano, again, a lot of possibilities. The Chapman was a possible choice. Varsho could have been a choice as well. George Springer. We went pitchers with the first one here, and reliever Jordan Romano. Okay, on to card number 2. We get double the pleasure. You know, like the double mint gum. Remember those commercials from the past? Yeah. The double mint gum. Oh yeah, juicy fruit and double mint. All right,
what's the flavor of Toronto?
Is it flavor of Toronto? It's a pretty. It's a probably Hubba Bubba. Yeah, it's probably Hubba Bubba. Yeah, Hubba. Okay. You know what? When you have a closer, when you have a reliever like Jordan Romano, you need someone in the game before him to lock things down. And of course, we had the lock of the week, and that was a certain Blue Jay pitcher, Mr. 96 overall, Kevin Gausman. Yes, the laptop lock worked, and we did get a Kevin Gausman. So again, pitcher BABIP, little bit weak. It is a diamond. It's not a perfect card. Fastball splitter. Maybe this is a guy that you can use in the starting rotation, maybe in the bullpen. What do you think? Because you're in perfect league right now. You get to see a lot of the pitchers up there. He's not going to be your starting 5. He might not even make a perfect team roster. But how about, someone that might be in diamond or gold? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're in one of the lower levels, that this is, again, a good, solid card. Lots of stuff, good control. As the meta continues to move forward, control becomes more important as you get more cards with better eye and able to hit the ball. So having better control and kind of to fight off some of those players with their eye is great to have. And so you see later in the cycle like this. So he's not going to be, lights out. The PBABIP at this point in the meta is usually you want to get in at least the high 90s, getting into triple digits to be competitive at some of the upper levels on things. But again, nice splitter, nice fastball, which is contributing to that really great stuff number you see at the top. Could be even better out of the pen, where they only take the top 2 pitches. You can definitely get some stuff boost out of this player as you go through. So yeah, not bad. How did he do this year? 12-9 with a 3.16 ERA.
Yeah, no, he did. I mean, that AL East. I mean, Toronto being in the AL East is always tough because you got the Yankees, you got the Red Sox, you got Baltimore now, Tampa Bay, who is always the uh, team that you just keeps on going. It seems, and it's tough being in that. If we were in the Central, which maybe geographically makes a little bit more sense, Detroit, Cleveland, Toronto, it would be a much more enjoyable experience, and we would probably see some better numbers from some of these Blue Jays. But he was an all-star. He was an all-star with the Giants, second all-star appearance, and now with the Blue Jays. And he's the guy, if it was a Game 7 situation, even though Chris Bassett had a wonderful year and tied a Roger Clemens Blue Jay record, Gaussman's the guy I would want starting my game.
Can you look at his home road splits? Because I do believe that Toronto pitchers definitely had, I don't know if I can find it on here. Graph to find that. But yeah. I do wonder, I feel like a lot of Toronto pitchers had a much tougher time at home. No, they did better at home. I'm sorry. They did much better at home this year than away.
I don't know where to find that. So I'm sure I'm sure we could find it somewhere under.
No worries. I'm sorry.
Reference, but
I'm here for.
Well, the Sky Dome is kind of a hitter's park. So, when they close the Sky Dome, the ball can carry. So pitchers, you don't usually have a lot of success there. Put them in a pitcher's park. Like I think the Dodgers must be a pitcher's park, right?
It's actually a hitter's park.
Oh, is it? Oh,
it's become more of a hitter's park. Yeah. I was looking at the splits, and it looks like home a 3.02 ERA and away a 3.27 ERA. So not that much of a split between home and away. The V left, V right, though, big split in terms of the batting average against and the WOBA against. The 272 WOBA V right and a 316 V left. So you can kind of see some of the splits with that. So always interesting.
So from Colorado, Blue Jay, Kevin Gaussman is your second PT Elite card. Early bird releases, and I believe it was Dogberry EVC. It's probably the same name you saw. Dogberry, yes. That was the first one to ring in. Dogberry guessed both Gaussman and Romano. So excellent job there, Dogberry. We'll make sure 5 packs get your way. So the PT Elite for the Blue Jays, I believe now is done. I don't think we're going to see another one on stream. We got more than 2, which is a victory. We got 3, and that is Bo Bichette, Gaussman, and Romano. 3 good choices by the team for the Blue Jays. What a set. It's going to be fantastic. Get ready. Get ready to complete your missions. Get ready to adjust your teams because we've got some good cards coming. EVC, closing comments to you.
As always, when these sets come out, I am just intrigued of what the mission structure is going to look like today. Because usually when we do these toppers, they do like topper. We got AL West, AL Central, AL East toppers this time. And usually they do like an AL topper and an NL topper and some of these, and they announce them kind of at the same time. And this time we're not getting that, right? So we got that last week. We may get some toppers. Again, we've got Acuna as a hitter. We've got Garrett Cole as a pitcher. Makes sense, ANL. But is there going to be some other shenanigans and things we have to do to get to those cards? Because you got these new packables coming through. So I'm wondering if you need to finish some of these plus have a certain number of packables that have come out over the last couple of weeks in addition to it. Going to be interesting to see. Could also, in the past, we've seen some of these things where they've used historical missions to tie in with the live missions to kind of create some toppers from that. So could we see some historical cards as part of this as well? We've got a lot of cards that aren't in missions out there. So that's where I'm looking today. I want to understand what the mission structure is. And then I'm just excited to see how good are these toppers going to be? Are they going to display some of the meta? Is an Acuna Jr. going to be one of the top guys in your outfield? Who are you going to get rid of? Willie Mays? You're going to get rid of Oscar Charleston? Like, who's going to get replaced by these guys at the top of the meta? and from pitching. Is Cole going to be someone that you can slot right into your rotation right away? So going to be really fun to see what we get today.
And we, there's going to be at least one or two meta out there. There are going to be a couple cards that fit right into perfect team. And good transition, since we're waiting for Spore to start up here. How is your perfect team doing? Give us an update.
We are above 500, which is all one can ask for. We're 45-40. And I think we are, where are we? We're 2.5 games out of the wild card, though. So I don't know that I'm going to stay an extra week up here. 3 weeks is kind of insane to begin with, so I'm excited with that. And I'm just taking a real quick look here. The thing I always look at is my home and away, right? And I'm so bad at it on the road. I've got a .413 winning percentage on the road, and I've played 46 games there, but I've only played 39 games at home where I'm winning 2/3 of the games. So, I should end up above 500 again this week if things keep as they are, but the wild card is, what are these updates going to be and how big it's going to be? So that's going to be the real test. So it's exciting. I've never stayed up 1 week, and to stay up 3 weeks now has been crazy.
And thanks for representing us, affiliates up in Perfect League, giving us a taste of that ice cream, from the outside. And enjoy it while you can, because as you know, it doesn't last very long. Sometimes, even quickly. The best teams can get knocked down. It's a roll of the dice to see who gets to stay up. So enjoy it. There are only 5 more weeks left of physical trophies that OOTP will be distributing. So you have till February the 18th to get up to Perfect League, win one of those trophies, and then still runs. You're still going to have opportunities to play the game for another 1.5 years, but the physical trophy aspect will be finished in a few weeks. Yeah. Also, perfect packs, all perfect cards in a pack are available. I saw that was released yesterday, and 300K, pretty expensive.
300K.
I can't just, I reach in my pocket and it's lint. It's not 300K.
There's just such an array of perfects you're going to get.
But if I was going to buy one, it would be right after TWIPT today, because you got a chance of getting to one of those 100, perfect elite cards that come out. But,
I do not have that. I don't have that many perfect points in any team at this point. Yeah. So that's a lot.
I'm the guy that once in a while can buy a 50K perfect pack, one at a time. I get the 1 scoop of ice cream. I don't get the 6 scoops of ice cream.
Well, the 6 scoops, expensive. That's nuts. I'm just trying to think about the value. Your odds of getting a card that are worth, 1 million perfect points could be there.
Yeah.
But you also could get a bunch of, nothing.
We have a lurker. We have a lurker from OOTP.
Rich is in trouble.
I really hope OOTP staff take more vacations, because when they do and Rich fills in, we get Christmas Eve every time Rich fills in. We get a little present here, we get a little present there. He puts trivia on the Discord. He does perfect packs. He's like, you know what? We're going to do this because I have no accountability. No one's here to watch over me.
Well, I guess the worst case scenario is you pay 300K and you get 120K back, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's the worst case. And I saw one posted on the fire polls, and I think they had 2 live cards of the same, but then they got a Roy Campanella, and you get the Roy Campanella, and you could probably make your money back. But yeah, especially after today's cards, you may, if you have the perfect points, and there's some bangers in there.
Interesting.
You could hit that $500,000 perfect point card. Well, EVC, looks like we're not up for OOTP, but can you do me a favor before we leave here and just stand up for a little bit and move out of the frame?
You want to try the chair again? Is it all about the chair?
Yeah. People miss the chair. Okay. Can you put it in the frame? No. Get out of the frame. Out of the.
I'm not
get
in
out
the
of,
frame.
You are. I can see you. You're in front of the camera.
Are we seeing Corey
No,
Seager today?
no. We don't need to see your back. We don't need to see.
You're always seeing my back laptop in league. Come on.
Whoa. That was a low blow, chat. That was a low blow. All right. I want to talk.
I'm very excited. Yesterday I won the laptop lower lounge.
Yes. We're gonna show that on the Hawk Report. And by the way, yeah, stay tuned because the Hawk Report's going to be coming up after TWIPT. So we will be back with a look at the cards, and there might be a chair involved. I don't know. Maybe the chair has some opinions on the cards, but
Getting word that the stream is live.
Is it live? Okay.
But take my time. So I don't know.
The stream is live, but take your time. Okay. Well, one more time. No, serious this time. Just stand off to the side of the camera. I want to take a good look at that chair. Just one more time. One more time.
No, I'm not going to show off my chair. The chair is not, the chair is just here. It's a chair. It's a chair.
So chair, how does it feel, when someone uses you all day long without any kind of respect? They just never treat you well. Upholstery could use some upgrading there, maybe EVC. Yeah. Treat the chair with some new upholstery, maybe some nice purple velvet.
It's been a discussion. Maybe some upgrades on the chair. It's a little worn.
All right. Well, one more time here, guys, and then we're going to head over to OOTP. We got the 2 early bird releases today. We got the reliever for the Blue Jays, Jordan Romano, and the low diamond 94. And then we also had from the Toronto Blue Jays, Laps Lock of the Week, the Kevin Gaussman 96 card. Good luck getting some of your favorite players. I'm sure we'll see a Dodger or 2 or 7 Tigers. Who knows?
I don't know.
EVC, as always, it's been a pleasure. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to the pre-TWIP show, the 3 Amigos. Have fun in Perfect League. Enjoy it while you can.
I am enjoying every moment. Let's go get those drops.
Let's go get them. All right. Thanks, guys. See you after TWIPT.
Bye, everybody.